Alrighty, how's it going everybody? Combo here. Today we got 5 quick tips to the brand new Breach Drill on the medium build here in Season 7 of the Finals. I am begging you all to give me some leeway on this video, because I'm going to be straight with you. This thing is kind of a hunk of garbage right now. Before I ever consider bringing this into a competitive setting, Embark needs to do some serious buffing to this gadget, because as it stands right now, this thing is not very great. With that being said though, I guarantee you will learn something new in this video, 1 because most people aren't using it, and 2 because there's not really been a guide made on this gadget yet. So with that being said, hopefully you enjoy. I'm going to quit yapping here in the intro, and let's get right into it. Alright, starting things out at number 1, we have Drill Mantling. So sometimes if you don't want to run the goo grenade for instance, and you need that just a little bit of extra height to maybe climb a building, the Breach Drill is actually quite good at doing that, while also destroying your path so enemies cannot follow you, which actually kind of gives it a leg up over something like the jump pad that the dummy just did for some reason. Alright dude. Anyways though, so I'm going to show you guys how this works here. Very simple. All you're going to do is find the place you want to go to. In this instance, we're going to look at this window right here. We're going to place down the Breach Drill, mantle on top of it, and then use that to get into the window. As you can see right there, this is going to destroy the path. Understand that sometimes, as you can see here, it can actually create a ledge for your enemies to follow you, but depending on the terrain, obviously you're going to have to use your judgment on that one, but that is an option you have with the drill. You can also combo this off of a jump pad if you want to, I don't know, maybe try to get somewhere like on a ledge, just to kind of sit there for a second and throw people off. Once again, get creative with this one, but if you did not know that, you can use this thing as a peg to mantle. Alrighty, next up at number 2, we have the gas combo. So let's say the explosion and the flashbang aren't enough status effects for you. Well, the nice thing about the Breach Drill is even if you have something like a mine on the wall, for some reason, you can still stick this thing. Wow, very rude by the dummy right there. We're going to go elsewhere now, because that guy's kind of a dickhead. But here's what we're going to do here. We're going to look at this wall, and as I showed off there, we are going to put down this gas mine here. As you can see, even though there is a mine on this barricade, I still have no issue putting my Breach Drill on top of it. This is really good for heavies who like to camp behind barricades, because if you didn't know this, little bonus, you can stick this on barricades. So once again, we are going to put this right here. This will then create an explosion, flash the enemy, and create gas. So once again, you can kind of combo those to do a triple effect if that's something you want to do. This can be powerful, especially if you're doing this in your cash outs, because you know, people get blinded, they start running in circles. A lot of the time, they'll just run right into your gas, and you can get quite a bit of damage. So combining this thing with mines is definitely a good technique. Alrighty, next up at number 3, we have the Demat Combo. Now right, I'm going to level with you here. I understand that running both the Demat and the Breach Drill is kind of redundant, because the Demat kind of does what this thing does, but slightly better. However, if you just really want to lean into destruction on the medium, this is an option you have. What we're going to be doing is essentially turning the Breach Drill in from a one-way flash into a room into a full area flash, similar to a flashbang grenade. This is good if enemies are chasing you, and I will show a practical instance as to how you can catch people off guard. So once again, all you're going to do here is put down the drill, and then going to demount the wall. As you can see, even though it's facing the other direction, I am going to get flashbanged by the drill. Now you're probably saying, well, that's all well and good combo, but how do you trick somebody with this? Well, let me show you here. So let's say, for instance, right, I'm getting chased by an enemy, and I want to catch them off guard. What I'm going to do is, let's say I'm running into this doorway, I'm going to run through, put the drill here, demat it, and they won't expect it, but as they're running up to catch me, they're going to get flashed coming this direction. And because it's not a flashbang, they're going to have no time to react, and once I turn around, obviously I can engage that target and get a pretty easy kill. Once again, are you going to be running the Breach Drill with the Demat? Probably not, but if you want to do something kind of cool and style on your opponents, this is an option that you have. Alrighty, next up at number 4, we have the Riot Shield combo. Now this is another one, you gotta level with me here. A lot of people don't know this exists, so I wanted to show it off nonetheless. But for those who don't know, the Riot Shield can actually block explosions as well as flashbangs. So naturally, the Breach Drill is going to be a match made in heaven with the Riot Shield. You have multiple applications of this. The first one is obviously running into a building, putting up your shield. You're not going to get flashbanged, but the enemy is. Same thing if you want to stand right next to it to maybe damage your enemy, as you saw in that dummy running past. You can also do that. Once again, if you want to take it even a step further, as we just showed off with the Demat combo here, we can put this down, and that will block the flash. And, you know, once again, you can get kind of tricky with this. If you want to combine all 3 of those, with the Demat, the gas mine, and the flash, you can definitely do that. Once again, I understand this one is a bit niche, but honestly, with something like the Riot Shield, if you want to run the turret, the Breach Drill might actually be a a viable choice for you in that instance. So once again, Flashbang does not affect the Riot Shield, and because we got that Flashbang on the Breach Drill, that is a very, very good pairing. And finally, at number 5, we have the turret combo. One really cool thing about the Breach Drill and the turret is the time it takes the Breach Drill to actually prime and, flash and damage enemies is about the same time it takes the turret to prime. So for instance, let's say there's an enemy over here, for example. We want to hit this guy. If I just walk out here and put my turret down, most people are going to say, what the hell is that? They'll shoot it and they'll destroy it before it can even prime. However, if we take the Breach Drill and put down the turret right before we slap this thing on the wall, the second that they get flashbanged is about the same time the turret actually gets primed, essentially allowing them to get flashbanged and the turret to just automatically lock on and deal damage. Obviously, most people aren't going to expect the turret behind the wall because why would you face a turret at people if you can't see them? So once again, I'll show that off here. Put down the turret, put down the breaching drill as we can see here. This goes off, flashbang, turret is primed, and it's able to engage on targets. Now this does highlight a weakness of this, is for some reason the breach drill doesn't always like to destroy every wall, so make sure when you are targeting your turret on opponents, you're putting it in an optimal area. So we'll try that one more time here, this time destroying this wall here. So once again, we are going to, wait for it, slap down the turret, put down the breaching drill. As you can see right here, they all get flashbang, wall goes down, turret is immediately locked down, and then everything falls on it, because once again, things can never go nicely. But as you can see right here, very powerful combo, especially once again, combining all that with the Riot Shield, you can definitely catch some people off guard. Anyways, everyone, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. As always, I'm, always looking forward to seeing your guys' feedback on stuff like this. One thing I didn't show in the video just here at the end, just for fun. Of course, you can put 2 mines here if you want to do like a double explosion and really just meme around. Once again, a lot of this stuff is probably a bit niche, but at the end of the day, Embark really needs to change this thing for me to consider it in a competitive setting. Anyways, people, be sure to let me know if I missed anything or if you have any suggestions in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys. And that's really all I got here. Stay tuned for more uploads and streams in the future. This has been Combo. Stay home, stay safe. And yeah, talk to y'all later. Peace.